Alright, so it's my first time lifting heavy in a while. I really did not want to lift today. My sleep schedule's been all messed up. I still got like around 7.5 hours of sleep, 8 hours, but a little messed up still. Haven't lifted heavy in a while, but don't really want to do this too much, but I'll let you know it goes on the way back. What a fantastic lift I just had right now. I mean, sort of. I started off with Incline DB Bench, and I grabbed 100 pounds. I did it the previous week for 9 reps. 2 weeks ago. Last week I did a lighter week of the Incline DB Bench. I think I did like 75 pounds. So I was expecting it to be a little harder, but I got it up pretty quickly. It's just the issue was, it's good that I didn't record the first set because I did lift it up. It did go up, but the only issue is it went back. Yeah, that actually happened. It hasn't happened to me in a long time where these cars are very aggressive coming from this turn, so it's not always the best coming from here. But no, what ended up happening was I tried to back up like with the dumbbells, and then actually the right one flew back. So I got the left one up, but the right one flew back, and yeah. That happened to me back when I did 100-pound flat, the flat dumbbell bench, like when I was doing flat, like not an incline, just on flat. I remember doing it, and like 2 girls were like laughing at me. I had my headphones in, so I couldn't hear them. It was in another gym actually. I remember them laughing at me, and like a few minutes later, I did it again, and I was doing it easily. I was repping it. I don't think it was my first time doing it. It was one of my first, like maybe the 3rd time ever doing it. And the first time it went back, but then the second time I was doing it pretty quickly, and the look on their faces, like seriously, there's no need to judge other people in the gym. Never look at other people and start judging them. There was this dude actually as well, recording today in the gym, which I had no problem with. I was gonna say props to him, but I would not have I don't have the confidence right now to have a tripod. My confidence is just to hide my phone between my backpack and like do the zoom out thing and record from there. That's most of my confidence I have, and even then I get nervous doing that. But nobody cares. It's just in my mind, it's still, my head sometimes plays games with me. And right here, I think this is where the 7-Eleven was, right? Right around here? Somewhere around here. Remember last time I was planning on going to 7-Eleven and I missed it. I'm not planning on going to it today because I ate the cookie and it was alright. It was nothing crazy, but afterwards I started feeling like a little bad, and I think that was the issue. Maybe get sugar cookies. No, I don't think the sugar cookies there are that good either. But I think that was the issue, that the cookies are such low quality. They're $1.25, I think, right? They used to be $1, but now they're like $1.50. They're such low quality. Like you can go to Costco and you can get that same cookie, and it tastes amazing at Costco because it's like produced like with higher quality. But 7-Eleven, it's just like, if you buy like pizza at 7-Eleven, you have like a 50% chance of like you getting sick afterwards. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it wasn't feeling the all-time amazing afterwards, so I'm not going there again. I'll figure out some options. My weight is still down, which is actually really disappointing. Which is really disappointing, the fact that I cut like a lot of weight, like 13 pounds, and now I have to gain it back and potentially go up now. But the thing was that when I lost the 13 pounds, all my lifts still went up. Like my Zerker squat went from 275 for 3 reps back when I was 220 to being like around 355 for 3 reps, while being like around 207. Well, like I used to do like high weight, but now I focus on pause at bottom, and I try to do like lighter like that, mostly because I'm protecting myself from injury and everything. I don't really care too much. When I was doing that 355, it wasn't like, that was a pause at bottom as well. I don't think a lot of people know that. Like I wasn't just flying up, I was pausing at bottom. The issue was that my knees were already hurt. I already hurt my left knee, or I think it was the right knee. Which knee was it? No, it was left knee. Yeah, I hurt my left knee already, so I couldn't do it as well. And yeah, my form was off. Everyone in the comments were flaming me, but none of them could even do that weight to begin with. I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying that. But anyways, afterwards, I went back to 100 pounds again, and I did it for 5 reps only, which is a little disappointing. And on the 2nd or 3rd rep, it felt really hard. I had to like push up really hard. The fight for that last rep was a real big fight. I didn't think I was gonna get it up, but I fought really hard and ended up getting it. But yeah, it's a little disappointing. I mean, of course, you take a week off from this, usually you're off sometimes. I mean, I don't think I was off. The reason why I got lower reps the second time was because the first set I wasted a lot of energy and I went back. And it's whatever, really. I'm not too worried. It's the first week coming back from this. At least I got a lift in. I don't, as long as my elbow's not getting hurt after these lifts, that's all that really matters. Because I'm coming back from that elbow pain, that slight elbow pain, which wasn't as bad as like last season. I hurt it really badly. This year, it was sort of hurting a bit. I started feeling that pain a bit, like every morning when I was getting up for the first couple of days. But last like 4 or 5 days, I didn't feel anything. So, that's good. But I was a little worried there today, but I still did the incline dumbbell bench perfectly fine. Then I did weighted pull-ups, and once again, I was trying to be very careful. I started with 25 pounds, but then the second set, I gotta drop the weight because, I don't want to hurt my knee or my elbow. So I dropped it to 15 pounds, and I did 15 pounds for 6 reps 2 times. So, yeah, that was that. It was more of a, it still felt pretty hard. I mean, pull-ups are going to be hard. I mean, I can't expect it to be like flying up and down, It's like you're moving your body weight, and still, even though, right now I haven't done pull-ups in a while, so yeah. But the last time I did it was like 45 pounds. What's going on? Oh my god, I feel a little tired though right now still. Maybe it wasn't I gotta fix my sleep schedule. Sleep is the most important thing ever. And there was a time as well where this happens to me a lot, where for a couple of weeks, my sleep schedule is like perfectly fine. And then all of a sudden, it crashes. Like one day I sleep at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And then like for the next like weeks, I'll be waking up at like 10 o'clock every single day. Then I'll get back to wake up again at 7 o'clock in the morning. Because when I was waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning, I was very productive. The issue is I literally do content. Like the majority of my day is just content. Which a lot of people, you'd be like, oh yeah, you'd burn out, right? No, because I have a clear goal. And what's the other thing? I'm not gonna have this time like ever again, probably. I only have like a couple, like maybe like 9 months to really build my brand. That's what the content is. It's not just me producing content so I can gain like followers. I'm not posting like coffee reviews or anything. I'm posting wrestling, and I'm trying to grow my wrestling account so I can be bigger in the wrestling world and have more influence on the wrestling world. We don't have anybody right now really doing college wrestling. There's like nobody. So I feel like that's why a lot of people, like recently I had a lot more higher like wrestlers engaging on my content. I did this starter from like University of North Carolina. He started consistently liking some of my posts. He stopped now, but maybe because his week is getting more busier. But when the week was off with the snowstorm and everything like that, he kept liking the majority of my posts. Like every single post I was posting, he started liking it. And a lot of the guys, I even had a Penn State wrestler with like 8K followers. I'm not too sure who he is exactly. He's a Penn State wrestler, he's a starter, or everything like that. He did view my story. I was criticizing one of his wrestlers, and like one of the Penn State wrestlers, he kicked the guy at the end of the match and tried to fight him. So I'm like, bro, you could have done that during the match. That's all I said. So when he viewed that story, maybe he was viewing it because I was saying that. He's like, oh wait, who is this guy? Because it's just you never hear it. Like I'm really different now. Especially because now I do 2 things. So one, I make long form like highlight videos, so like long form just all takedowns, escapes, and then I post each match on my clips. So on that account I'm more serious and everything, but now on my main account I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna make some jokes and show my personality really, And yeah, I was doing that in one of the videos, and you're probably like, wait a minute, who is this guy? Who's this guy to critique my teammate? Because everyone in the wrestling world is like serious and tough. And I'm just whatever. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I just do whatever I want. But, that's really the goal, really, to grow my wrestling account. And really, in terms of like the journey thing, like me showing my actual... I have no idea what happened. I think the video got cut out later. I think my phone died, so you didn't see the last part. But anyways, I'll just talk about my remaining part of my lift. So I did shoulder press. I think I did 2 sets of 65, and then I did 1 set of 115 after. I was just doing it's a light day on shoulder press. I'm not trying to lift heavy anymore. I have 155 I can do for like 7 reps. Probably gonna do that like 8 reps, maybe something like that by Thursday. But
wasn't going heavy there. Weight pull-ups, I think I talked about it before. I did 25 pounds the first set, then the last 2 sets I did 15 pounds, once again, not going heavy. And then did dumbbell rows, 85 pounds for 8 reps. And then after I did it, my elbow started to hurt on the third set a bit. And that's why I stopped doing it. That's why I left. Like, I was going to do lateral raises, but I'm like, all right, I don't want to risk anything. And I just left. But I'm feeling a lot better now. And yeah, it was a good lift and good day overall. Not a productive day. As long as I'm improving myself, that's a productive day. You know, it doesn't have to be some crazy, like, benching like 455 for like 9 reps. No, if I'm just improving myself and lifting more heavier than I did yesterday, or just doing something, you know, even if I'm lifting like 10 pounds, lifting 10 pounds is better than lifting 0 pounds. So every single day, just try to improve something, you know.